Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things in our city. Man, today we have a hilarious show ready for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, I've been waiting for quite some time to get some of those infamous or famous segments between Chris Broussard and Nick Wright going back and forth on a Michael Jordan topic, an NBA topic, or a LeBron James topic, right? Because it always makes for great theater, great for great TV, and it's always very entertaining watching Chris Broussard pretty much shut down Nick Wright at every turn whenever he tries to, hate on Jordan or bring up some crazy LeBron James take, right? So what happened? Yesterday, I was just kind of relaxing, and I went through my messages, and one of our viewers who I regularly chat with sent me this video. And this video was essentially of a clip that was posted on First Things First Instagram page. So I started to watch this reel, and I was like, man, this is absolutely hilarious, right? We got to do a show about it. But then I actually tried to go search for the full clip on the channel, and I just couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. But essentially what was happening in this clip was Chris Broussard was reacting to the news of LeBron James and Anthony Davis essentially saying that the Lakers need more help. As a matter of fact, Anthony Davis did a sit down with Shams, and he said that, he would love to have another center. He would love to have another center. He's at his best when he's playing at the 4 spot. And then, Dwight Howard went on Twitter or Instagram, and he's like, you got somebody right here. You got somebody right here. So basically, these guys are saying they need more help. LeBron had recently made some comments not too long ago where he was like, we essentially have to play perfect basketball to be a great team. And then, some of his fans are saying the same thing. They need more help. They need more help. People are talking about, is Rob Pelinka going to do anything? Rob Pelinka going to do anything? Blah, 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 blah. So Chris Broussard hears this. And mind you, Chris Broussard is represented by Clutch. He's a no LeBron James fan. He has been defending LeBron James for the last 15 years. And even Chris Broussard reached the point where he's like, I'm sick and tired of this narrative that LeBron James always needs help. I'm tired of hearing it. So as Chris Broussard is shutting down this notion, you could hear Nick Wright in the background just basically gasping and crying out for help. Like, oh my God, like Chris, like you could just hear him suffering in the background as Chris Broussard is saying this. So what we want to do is we actually want to get into this audio and react to it. But before we get into what Chris had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is we want to play exactly what Chris Broussard had to say. It's a very short clip, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to Chris Broussard here.
I don't like hearing LeBron and AD talk about we need more. I mean, we hear this every year. As great as LeBron is, and I love him, but I'm tired of every year we need more, we need more, we need more. Not many stars got Anthony Davis playing next to him. I mean, who's Jokic got next to him? If they're drawing dead, it's because of all of them. It's not just because of Austin Reeves is good. I mean, they got some other good players. And, I mean, look at Russell Westbrook. He's playing, they love him in Denver, what he's giving them. He played well with the Clippers. He's played well everywhere. I'm just saying, LeBron is too good to always be like, give me more, give me more, give me more. That's all I'm saying. I think he sells himself short with that. The West is bunched up. And I agree, I don't think they're going to win the West, but look at who SGA has. I mean, there are a bunch of young guys that are playing really well. He's making it happen. He probably won't have another all-star on that team.
Well, that's because
They're going to have two. Jokic is by himself as far as being a star. I don't hear them talking about give me more, give me more. That's all I'm saying. LeBron's too good for that. He's freaking awesome, and so is AD. I'm just saying, like, it's every single year. Death, taxes, and LeBron asking for more help. I mean, that's really what it is now.
Now, it's important to say that Chris Broussard is a known LeBron James defender and advocate. He believes LeBron is the second best player of all time. When LeBron was having his meltdown in the 2011 finals, he was the one defending him. He has been defending LeBron James for years. But Chris is a LeBron fan, and they're very rare, these ones, that also seem to be able to grasp reality in some ways. Chris, for example, is a LeBron guy, but he believes Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. It's very hard to find those type of LeBron fans. But Chris is one of those guys, and he will always argue using solid arguments why he believes that Jordan should be ahead of him, all while still being represented by Clutch Sports, right? Chris brought up a point, which was the following. LeBron constantly crying out for help makes him look worse, makes him look weak. And then he brought up an example of, look at he goes, who does the Joker have? Now, why is that point important? The reason that point is important is because when we went to the start of the season and we were looking at the rankings from companies like ESPN and others, a lot of them had LeBron ranked in the top 10. Some guys even ranked them in the top 2, like Kenny Smith. And then they had Anthony Davis either in the top 10 or top 12. So here you are. You have a player that these websites that people like to rely on and say, well, these are the experts and they know what they're talking about. So the experts, they know what they're talking about, essentially went out there and said that, look, LeBron is a top 10 player, top 5, top 10 player. Okay. Now you're also saying AD is a top 10, top 12 player. So if you have a top 10 guy and a top 12 guy on the same team, what are you complaining about? Look at Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic doesn't have another top 10 guy on his roster. He doesn't have another top 15. As a matter of fact, he's playing with a guy that a lot of people wrote off for being essentially washed in Russell Westbrook. So how is he able to do it? What about John Morant? Who's the other top 10 guy he's playing with? What about the Cleveland Cavaliers? Who's the top 10 guy on that roster? What about, I don't know, the Boston Celtics? They may have one top 10 guy on their roster. So you go around and look around the league and you see, well, look at the Houston Rockets. Look at all these other teams. You look around the league and you're like, well, there aren't too many teams that have 2 top 10 guys on them. The Lakers apparently do. So how could it be a question of needing more help? He then brought up Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is a good player. So Chris is essentially trying to poke holes in this notion that LeBron doesn't have enough help or LeBron needs more help. And it's crazy coming from a LeBron fan. And I've heard some LeBron fans say Chris Broussard is not a real LeBron James supporter because he refuses to twerk with us all the way through. Like, he just refuses to be 100% committed to the twerking. So to me, man, I thought that was a beautiful segment. Of course, Nick Wright, but this is what Nick Wright has been saying for years. This is what they've been saying. And this is what kills me. I brought this point up a while ago, but I'm going to bring it up again. Last year, under the stewardship of Darvin Ham, going into the playoffs, people were saying, I remember so many, the same people that say the Lakers haven't done anything or have nothing, were the same people that were saying, man, outside the Denver Nuggets, I believe the Lakers can beat anybody. Outside the Denver Nuggets, I believe the Lakers can beat anybody. So it went from outside the Denver Nuggets, the Lakers being able to beat anybody, to the Lakers going in the offseason and adding Dalton Connect, who's a real pick, adding Bronny James, who just scored 31 points in his career high in the G League. They have the same roster, more or less, but now they need to make more moves. I thought they were good enough last year. Like, what are we talking about? It's just another way to revisit this tried and true, stale narrative of LeBron needs more help. It's just another version of it. It happens every single year. It's the antics, guys, that has LeBron out of my top 5. These ridiculous antics and these people running around, twerking it up all day long. It's just this stuff right here that's just so repulsive. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.